Hello everybody, Skywarp30 here, and today I'm going to be showing you guys Tiny Bendy doll! Ah, he's so cute! I had so much fun building this guy. He's a little goofy looking, but honestly I love him. He's like the first little concept character I've ever made. Like, this guy was like solely just like a little, I want to make this dude for the sake of making him. So that's what I did. I built him out of an Elmo, if you are unfamiliar with that. My last Elmo showcase was, we'll just say it was interesting. I don't know what I was doing. Not that my other showcases haven't also been chaotic. But yeah, so this guy is based directly on the new version of Tiny Bendy from Bendy and the Dark Revival. I'll just be real, I'm a sucker for the Bendy and the Ink Machine art style. Something about it, ugh, delicious. But yeah, so as you can see, he's got his cute little vest and Bendy bow tie. I went around and did my best to kind of keep the colors consistent with like the game style, because technically there's two versions of Tiny Bendy in the game. There's a classic like yellowish black and white color like so, and then there is also a full colored version. So when I was making this guy, I wasn't 100% sure which one of those two I wanted to do, but I ended up going with like the classic Bendy colors overall, just because doesn't it look cool? Ah, I love it. But yeah, if I'm feeling not lazy, I'll do a quick little edit of what he might have looked like if I went the full color route. So, drum roll please. Anyway, and yeah, let's just sort of get into all the little details. So, I already mentioned his little jacket and bow tie, but his pants have a tiny little patch on them. The black lines and the patch are just paint on brown fabric, which ended up working out pretty well for the color of his pants. The rest of his torso and stuff is all EVA foam bits that I turned into this. And then his head, even though it's a little small, yes, I've seen the comments, I still really like it because I feel like it works still, like it's not that big of a deal. Plus, one of the big things I was trying to accomplish with this guy was to reference the original concept Bendy artwork from the original game. As you can see, it's a little bit less detailed, but also it's got this really cool opening face effect, which I don't know if that inspired Yarnaby later on, but honestly, it gives Yarnaby vibes, and I just sort of love that. Something about the face opening up like that is just, I'm a sucker for it. And yeah, so basically, all that being said, I made it so that his cute little face opens up. Rah. You can see he's got all these little sharp teeth in there. And I added some like inky, I don't know if it would be considered drool or just ink, but I added some strings of that on the inside there as well. Basically all I did for that was I used clear fishing wire. So I guess most fishing wire is clear, and then kind of covered it with some hot glue and then painted the whole thing. So that's how I got those drip effects on it. And then I just glued it on both sides. So there's a bit of give to them so they can fully close and open. And then I'm quite proud of this, where it seals really well. Like, there's only just barely a visible seam right here. And that was one of the big things I wanted to do with this, was I wanted that opening face effect to be like a hidden thing, just for fun, you know? Oh, and I forgot to mention, with the face opening and closing effect, the way I was able to accomplish the seam being so seamless, I suppose, basically, instead of using magnets, which I know some of you are gonna think this is like blasphemous for me, Skywarp not using magnets, but I ended up using some Lego connections. These ones technically aren't official Lego, but same kind of deal, where it's this bar and click piece, and basically it holds a really secure connection but can also just be popped apart and then popped back together. Relatively simple. And yeah, that's basically what I ended up doing for the internals of his face. You can kind of see the clip right there, or the bar element, and then the clip element right there. I painted them black so they blend in better, and it's just such a satisfying click. Like, oh, and I think I did pretty well overall. I built this guy on a live stream. That's a lie. I built him on like 5 live streams over the course of like a month, and it was lots of fun. So if you guys ever want to tune in to my lives, I do actually have an official live streaming schedule now. I know, crazy. Basically every week at 5 p.m. EST, Eastern Standard Time, on Wednesdays, I am doing Let's Builds now, which are basically just little hangouts for like around an hour, hour and a half, give or take, where I'm just sort of working on projects and chatting with you guys. It's honestly really fun and kind of therapeutic, I'll be real. And this was not the first character we've finished on a live, but this might be my favorite one that we've finished on a live. At least so far. I guess I never really explained his hands, but those are just sort of fabric little mittens put on top of the original Elmo hands, and then I used some black fabric that's a little bit stretchy to kind of cover all the joints so you don't see any of the electronic bits. And yeah, I think the last thing to mention on this little guy is right here on his little booty. I just did a little signature, just SW33. Just cause, I don't know, kind of blends in. I'll get into a couple little size comparisons here real fast, and then I'll just show him dancing for the end of this. Ooh, yeah. Some of y'all probably know Helpy here really well. He is one of the 4 Elmos I ended up purchasing to kind of do these little dancing Elmo character projects. He's probably my favorite. I might just be biased because he was the first one I did, and also have a horror short based around him.
The operation was a success. Now, give the patient a candy.
You should check it out, I spent so freaking long on it. But here he is compared with the Bendy that I made. As you can see, their torsos are approximately the same size, which is not really that surprising, but the heads are a little bit different scale-wise. So I see why people were saying his head was a little small, but honestly I feel like it's an okay sacrifice for that concept Bendy effect because of the way I built the head. And then the current live project that I'm working on is a Lonely Freddy doll, which is going to basically look identical-ish to the Helpy doll that I just showed you guys, except more on the dark brown color scheme. And at the moment, this is as far as we got. Basically, not very far, but we've only been working on him for a little, I want to say like 2 sessions at the moment, or at least as of recording this. And yeah, the only other thing to kind of show you guys is the last one. Though, this guy I ended up using the electronics out of him to fix the Helpy doll, so he no longer works. But I was able to make him a little bit, how do I say this? Manual? Like, he's got like manual, I can basically move his arms by turning these little gears on the back side here, and then also his head can open and close if I use this joint here. So basically I just wanted to use all 4 Elmos for something. This one was originally gonna be Endo 1 from FNAF World. Since I technically started it before Secret of the Mimic came out, after everybody, now this is some spoilers, but the game's been out for a while, there was this guy introduced, which is, I don't know if its canon name is just M2, but I like to call it Little David Mimic. So my thought was I would modify this guy from like an Indo 1 kind of effect, which was what I was going for, and sort of turn it into a tiny David doll. So look forward to that in the future. And yeah, what was this video about again? I don't remember. The only other thing I wanted to plug was my YouTube channel members. So shout out all these guys. Some of them have been channel members for years, and I really do appreciate it. All it really does is financially support me just a little, and I really do appreciate all the help that y'all give me. If you do want to become a channel member, it does give you some custom emojis that you can use in the live streams, which, like I said earlier, are now weekly. So there's a little bit of incentive to do it, but also if you can't, don't feel pressured. And yeah, I think the only other thing I have left to talk about is what I'm gonna do with all the Elmo skins I've acquired over the course of this last year. If I had a nickel for every Elmo I skinned over the past year and a half, I would have 4 nickels, which isn't a lot. But it's weird that it happened more than once, let's be real. Anyway, I still have to figure out what I'm gonna be doing with these two. And also, technically, I have a third one if we count the crucified Elmo on the wall here. But I'm pretty sure I ended up throwing away one of these without using it, so technically I only have 3. But part of me wants to do like an unhinged live stream where I take all 3 Elmos that I have, like the skins, including this one, and combine them into some terrifying Cerberus creation. I don't know, maybe we'll do that on a live stream. Keep an eye out for an unhinged live stream sometime in the near future. And yeah, that's gonna wrap up today's video. If you enjoyed this, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe! I know I haven't really done consistent uploads in a while, but I'm trying to get back into it, so anything helps, especially when it has to do with the algorithm, because YouTube, you guys already know. And yeah, that's it.